We have some exciting topics to discuss today. We'll be discussing actually the top mistakes that new Shopify store owners make and how to avoid them.
Welcome to Beyond the Cart, powered by Blackbelt Commerce. This is the podcast for Shopify merchants ready to scale smarter, sell more, and build a brand that stands out. We bring you real strategies, behind-the-scenes insights, and inspiring conversations with e-commerce leaders scaling some multi-million-dollar brands. Tune in and learn what it really takes to scale on Shopify.
Hey everyone, you're listening to Beyond the Cart with Blackbelt Commerce. I'm Victoria, the CEO, and your host. I'm here with my co-host.
Hey guys, I'm Linda, and I'm the COO of Blackbelt Commerce.
So our second episode already.
How exciting.
Yeah, I'm glad you're back to listening to us. We have some exciting topics to discuss today. We'll be discussing actually the top mistakes that new Shopify store owners make and how to avoid them.
Ooh.
Yeah, giving them inside scoop already.
I love that.
Well, let's dive in with the first one. One of the biggest mistakes we see is choosing the wrong Shopify plan.
Right. Many new store owners either overpay for features they don't need or miss out on essential tools.
Exactly. I think a lot of people just dive right into Shopify Plus thinking that they need it, but the basic or Shopify plan usually is enough to start off.
Yeah. On the flip side, some people stick with the basic plan for far too long and miss out on analytics and automation.
Exactly. The good thing about Shopify is that you can upgrade or downgrade your plan. So really just evaluate your plan features carefully and your business needs. See what you need. We always recommend Shopify Plus for a little bit of a larger scale enterprise size client. And then there's key features in there like global marketplace or even carrier calculated settings, which is for like freight shipping. So
Whoa.
Really just depends. Like I said, what does your brand need?
Yeah. What's our tip? Start where you need to be and scale up as your store grows. I mean, just be for real with yourself. You're going to get there.
Yeah, walk before you can run. And of course, like if you start off with the basic Shopify plan, it's not going to cost you that much. So I think that's what we like, right? Just starting off with
we love a good price.
A good price range. The second mistake that we see a lot, and a lot of our clients come to us with this mistake, is poor website design and user experience. This kind of hurts because how are you going to make sales if your website is cluttered, slow? It's just not easy to use. People are going to bounce and not shop. And that's ultimately what you want. Your website is your storefront. It's your brand. You want it to present well, work well, and most importantly, like just offer great products, right?
Yeah, definitely. We've seen stores using outdated themes, crazy fonts, and poor mobile responsiveness. No one wants a slow website on their phone.
Exactly. And I think you said the most important part is that you need to have your website optimized for mobile.
100%.
I think a lot of Shopify themes are both optimized for mobile and desktop, but you have to test and just check to make sure that whatever's on the desktop side, it also comes through on the mobile side.
Yeah.
A lot of Shopify themes too offer a lot of built-in features and functionality. So I always recommend to clients, if you're going to pick a Shopify theme based on features, back-end functionality, not necessarily look and feel, because they'll show you a very nice demo, right? That's what your store can get to.
Yeah, everyone goes based off of aesthetics
based off
days.
The demo, right? But you have the ability to customize the look and feel to the T. So our recommendation, just pick based on features and functionality, work on it, customize it, or you can even get a Shopify expert like ourselves.
Shout out Blackbelt Commerce.
To upgrade that website design. So
use a high quality Shopify theme and make navigation easy. I mean, if navigation is really hard on both mobile or even desktop, it's gonna steer a client or a customer away from wanting to purchase. So just be on top of that.
Correct. You never know if they're shopping for services or products. So regardless, you want the customer on your site to be easy to use, right?
No one wants to be on the struggle bus.
And page speed matters. We're in this like day and age where our attention span is decreasing. We want everything fast and easy and convenient. So you need to make sure that the page is loading fast, optimize images, limit unnecessary apps, and keep your site light and lean, because sometimes too many apps will slow the website down. If you don't need the app, like I said, get the theme that has the features already built in, so you're not going to need all these additional plugins.
Right. Pro tip, run your site through Google Page Speed Insights to see where you can improve.
Yeah.
We love a good tool.
We love tools. I think the third mistake that we should really discuss is neglecting SEO and organic traffic. I can't stress this enough. A lot of our clients that we build their website, we support them, we launch, we do marketing, but they don't want to do SEO. And then later on, they come back and they're like, hey, I want to get on the first page of Google. Well, you shouldn't have neglected SEO. So I hope you're listening. Paid ads are exciting, right? Like Meta, Google, but they're a bit of a larger investment and they can get quite expensive if they're not set up correctly. So don't ignore SEO. That is a chance to have a massive amount of traffic go to your site monthly. It's like leaving money on the table. You don't have to pay for this traffic.
Right.
It's all organic.
Some of you may be even asking yourselves, what is SEO? SEO is search engine optimization. It's the long game, but it's worth it. Consistent optimization is key.
That's right. And then you can also use keyword-rich titles on your site, alternate text for images, and blog content to rank better. So we usually recommend about 3 blogs a month, 800 words minimum, and then just post. Yeah. Most of the blogs should be informative. They should be fun. They should mention like your latest initiatives, upcoming launches. You know, engage with the audience. Make it a fun blog to read. And then you can drop in there a little product. Monetize the blog. You never know who's going to find that blog and potentially make an order.
That's such a good tip, Victoria.
Yeah.
Shopify has built-in SEO tools and apps that can help optimize your store. Take advantage.
Yeah, definitely. Don't ignore it. Like I said, please, SEO is very important. It goes hand in hand with paid ads. If you're doing paid ads already, do SEO. If you're doing SEO but you're not doing paid ads, then do paid ads. That's what I would recommend.
Right. And here's a little secret. Don't forget to optimize your product descriptions for search visibility. Exactly.
And backlinks also matter. Partner with bloggers, get featured on industry sites. Backlinks and crosslinks, if you're not familiar with SEO lingo, it's basically your online network. So if you connect to other stores, you begin to share traffic, which is awesome. So you can win an opportunity to get an extra 20,000 people to your site a month.
Yeah.
I mean, think about converting at least 4% of that. That's awesome.
Love to hear it.
We love that. And I think Linda knows the next biggest mistake because I think Blackbelt Commerce has also committed this mistake. Again, we've been in the game for a couple of years, so we're sharing all the tips and tricks that we've learned with ourselves, with our own agency, and with working with store owners. And it's ignoring email marketing. Linda actually does our email marketing.
Yes,
so
I do.
We could talk about that another time. But a lot of store owners focus only on new customers and they forget about retention.
Oof, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Customer retention is much cheaper than acquisition. Don't ignore or forget it.
No, don't. What you can do is you can set up automated email flows, abandoned carts. So if someone adds to cart but they get distracted, you know, that's an opportunity to make a sale. You want to send them out that email. It's like, hey, don't forget what you have in your cart. And then most of the time you do get them to purchase and come back.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome sequences as well, just to welcome new customers, introducing them to the brand a little bit more, and post-purchase engagement. You don't want to kind of just like, oh, thanks for your order, that's it, bye. Yeah. Connect with the audience, build relationships with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can use platforms like Klaviyo, Omnisend, or even Shopify's built-in email tools.
Yeah, Shopify email is perfect to get started. I think we always recommend starting with Shopify email if you're a little bit more of a matured business, maybe Klaviyo, because Klaviyo does support a higher amount of subscribers. So when you're upwards about like thousands of subscribers, then Klaviyo is the place to be. But either of the ones that Linda mentioned are perfect to start off. Email isn't always about just discounts. I think that gets very just like bland and boring.
Yeah.
I mean, I see a bunch of 10%, 15%, 10%, but like...
You want to stand out.
You want to stand out. Share valuable content that's going to actually like build that relationship between the brand and customers.
Right. You could send engaging emails that add value, not just sales offers. Like Victoria just said, we don't want to constantly see the 10, the 15% off. We want to see something new and exciting.
We've all kind of been there. I'm guilty of unsubscribing. So you don't want your customers to unsubscribe to your newsletter.
Definitely.
No, you want to keep them on there. The next mistake that we see a lot too is, or people don't even think about doing it.
Yeah.
So don't fail to test and optimize your site.
You should A/B test everything. Try different product descriptions and even pricing structures. You never know. Maybe the $10 thing will do better than the $5 situation.
Yeah, constantly stay up competitive rates. Have some deals in there. Shopify has some really great plugins to kind of
guide you.
Yeah, guide you, give you options like BOGO deals.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to get too much into that. But safe to say that just launching your Shopify store isn't a sales strategy. Just having a website and just launching it and hoping for the best. There's a lot that goes on behind it.
100%. Your store should be evolving based on data, not just intuition.
Yeah, you can test different product images, see what works. We see a lot of people testing like editorial, lifestyle, even just like blank product shots. Tweaking pricing, like you mentioned before. You never know with competitive rates. You got to stay up to the market.
Yeah.
Try to beat Amazon, but we got to stay on there. And also adjusting CTA buttons. What's a CTA button? If you're not familiar with the lingo, it's a call to action button. So you'll see a lot of buttons that say add to cart, view more, buy now. We always recommend maybe playing with colors. There's a color psychology behind attracting and grasping attention. So test some different colors out.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Psychology through and through, even with shopping.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to pivot. If something isn't working, adjust and keep testing.
Did anyone get that Friends reference? I would hope so. But use Shopify Analytics. Their dashboard is amazing. There's so many different tools on there. You get to see where visitors drop off. We also recommend heat maps. So heat maps will actually show you what's the hottest activity on your site and what's the coldest. So you can really track customer behavior and adjust based on what you find.
Definitely.
It usually takes like a month to collect data. So if you're testing and optimizing, remember, it's going to be a little bit of time, but it pays off.
So what's next, Victoria?
I think that's a wrap. I think we covered the main mistakes new Shopify store owners make, and now you know how to avoid them.
If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe to Beyond the Cart on YouTube. You can even check out our website, blackbeltcommerce.com.
Yeah, if you need any help with any of these challenges that we talked about, if you're in the testing phase and want to take it next level, Blackbelt Commerce can help you. Reach out on our website. You can even book a meeting with either of us. So you can talk to us directly, and here we are to help. So thanks for listening to Beyond the Cart.
Thank you so much, guys. Make sure to send us your questions if you have any. We might just even feature them in the following episodes. Stay tuned, and let's keep growing together.